Well, Star and I's on the road again. We got everything we need. We're going to have a good day. It's going to be a little chilly, but we like taking on the elements. So Star and I, we'll see you down there. We got about 2 hours to drive, so about 100 miles. So hopefully, and the GPS is never right, so hopefully we'll get there by noon. Again, I'm an hour late. See you in a little bit. Though most of the trees have shed their leaves, the majestic oaks and the late shedding maples are still holding on. We're now in Wayne National Forest. Boy, this is real pretty down in here. Okay, as you can see, I have my ridgeline ran, and now I got to get my tarp up. Days like today, everybody, you have to choose what you film because you don't have much daylight. So there's my setup. There's a little 2-man back in there, and I'm hoping if I set the buddy heater somewhere in there, maybe I'll clear out some leaves in the back or something and set the buddy heater in there, that it will catch some heat for me. Here's what we got here. Leaves are really deep here. There hasn't been anybody in this spot for a long time, you can tell. That is a Natetoile Tarp, and it has protected me from the rain over and over. I believe it's a 2500 mm. And again, this is just a Force AT&T 2-man backpacking tent, and I didn't tie it out really well. I didn't pitch it really well, I guess would be the correct term. I think it's going to be protected underneath there pretty good. So, yeah. If I don't get a fire going soon, I'm not going to get my soup cooked until midnight. So that's the next thing to do. I got to get the fire going. This is one of my favorite fire starters right here. And get this going. Put some fat oil over it. Should take off pretty good. As long as I don't put it out. This is my Hikenture sleeping pad I'll be sleeping on tonight. It's self-inflating, and it weighs about 4 pounds, 4 to 5 pounds, and I like the way it keeps me up off the ground. It's also got a 9.5 R value. Everything's going to go into one pan, which makes it easy. This knife looks rusty, but I assure you it's clean. These baby potatoes, I'm probably only going to have to maybe quarter them. I'm not going to make a real big batch. I have everything right here I'm going to put into it except my milk. I think I'll just quarter these. I don't like my potatoes too big in soup or beef stew. And plus they cook up a little quicker when you make them smaller. This knife is a BPS. I was trying to think of the name of it earlier, and it is still very sharp. I do have to sharpen the spine. I was watching a guy, Joe, from Joe's Outdoor Places. Check him out. But he sharpens the spine on his knife for that way when he uses his ferro rod to start his fire, the spine's a lot sharper than throwing the sparks. I looked up a recipe for this, and the only thing I'm not putting in it is chicken broth and carrots. One thing I like in almost everything is onion. And anybody who's been following me very long knows that. Connie did pre-make the bread for me, and I didn't bring a skillet, but I'm going to figure out some way to fry it. I may use this. We're going to put a lot of onion in this. I'll probably put the whole onion in this. How about some celery? Celery does take a while to cook down. And that should be enough. And it is really getting cold since the sun went down. I had to put another base layer on. I stopped and got this Wrangler right here on the way down here. I have a base layer pant. I have an Under Armour turtleneck with a base layer over top of it and a sweatshirt over top of it. And I will probably put 2 more layers on my upper body before I turn in. Okay, potatoes, celery, onion. How about some salt? I got this neat little spice dispenser on the way down. Reasonable. Let's go ahead and put some salt, because celery, potatoes need a lot of salt. And some pepper. Started being really good. Okay. Go ahead. Put some water in here. I don't know how much. Enough because the potatoes are going to have to boil. Maybe just as much milk because I just put water in there. And we'll let this come to a boil. I almost forgot. I have bacon. ground beef, which I'll probably put a fourth of that in there, and some Fiesta blend cheese that I will sprinkle in after it's almost cooked. That is really smelling good. Looking good. The buddy heater is really helping to take the chill out of the air. Look at this. The frost on the side of their propane. It's what they do when it gets cold out. Okay, I have poured the grease off of the burger and the bacon, and I'll go ahead and add it to the potato soup. Set this aside because I think I'm going to fry my bread in this if I can get it hot enough. Okay. Now I think I'll let this cook down about an hour, and then we'll get back with you. Well, I took a bite of a potato and it is done, or almost done. So I'm going to pull this lid off. I'm going to slowly add a little bit of this flour so we can thicken it up a little bit. Like I said, this is my first time. But I know we don't want to put too much of this in. We don't want it to get too thick. Just to make it kind of a broth. As soon as it gets close, I'm going to fry me some of that bread. Get a little more flour because I'm going to put some cheese in it too. Stir this up one more time. And if it's no good, I'll let you know. Believe me. I sure wouldn't want you following this recipe and making bad. Alright, I've got a Fiesta blend cheese here, and I don't want a lot of cheese in it. Some people don't put any cheese in it, but I thought I'd try something a little different. Not too much. Let that cheese melt down in there. So we're going to have celery, onions, potatoes, bacon, ground beef, cheese, milk, water, and a little bit of flour. Here's the bread Mama made for me. And I don't know all the ingredients. I will put them in a description. This is an Indian fry bread. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil. A little bit of oil in this pan. That is starting to sizzle. So, see. If I can make a small piece of bread. Stick it in there. I don't want it too thick. Just one. And what is left is going in the garbage so I can have that bowl. So, okay. Well, I've moved the fry bread over. I've taken the potato soup off. You guys can see this piece of bread right here. This is going to be good. I guarantee it. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and lay it to the side. Well, everybody, it does not look too bad. It does not look too bad. And the fry bread turned out pretty good too. I've already had a bite of that and it's good. So I'm going to sit down here and eat my dinner. Finally, it's about 6:37, something like that. Here's some gunshots off in the distance. So I do have a little bit of Verizon. I hope I can watch the Buckeyes when they come on. You guys see that? Star, the red bed is yours. That is where I'm gonna go. Okay? It never fails. I don't know how well y'all can see me, but getting ready to go ahead and get in the tent, watch the Buckeyes. It's getting really cold here tonight. I may not need the buddy heater though. I'm going to have 3 layers on top, 3 layers on bottom with this hat on, so I think I'll be alright. Right now I'm sitting here enjoying this fire. The fire feels good and it's cold. And after I shut you down, I'm going to try to find the Buckeyes and sit out here a little bit longer. Let this fire burn down. It's been a good day. It's been a different type of camp. I had some good potato soup and some good Indian fry bread. And yeah. So maybe you can see me better now. There you go. Yeah, y'all. I'm going to sit out here and enjoy this fire a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the tent. Get up early in the morning. Try to hike some of these trails that we didn't get to see today. All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. It's got a little frosty out last night, a little cold, but we have things we can do about that. First thing, that was chore number 1 this morning, getting that fire going. It got down to 29 last night. We had no heat. I'm going to fire the buddy heater up here in a little bit. Stand by it while I'm over here making my coffee water. I don't know whether you can see frost on that tarp over there or not still. Well, everybody, last video I mistakenly forgot to film an exit clip, so remembered this time. It got cold last night. I slept with 3 layers on the bottom, 4 layers on top, 2 sleeping bags. It was 29. I didn't fire the buddy heater up because we was in a bunch of leaves, and I was just concerned that something might catch fire. But I'm all packed up now, just about. I got a few more things to put in the truck, but got a game trail right behind me here. This morning I heard a whole pack of coyotes, and they must have got some prey because they was just crying and screaming. So, and I think that's what happens when they get some prey. I'm not sure, but remember, never stop dreaming, to love others the best you can, and we'll see you next time. Endless weekends outdoors. All right, we're always outdoors.